Go through to the Athletic, J.B. What did you see overall from your team to pull this one out, especially in overtime specifically?
A will to win, an understanding of the moment, and learning from our mistakes. That first half, that wasn't Cavalier basketball. Give the Celtics a ton of credit. They wanted to go out and win, and they played that way, and they took it to another level. We were fortunate enough to find it late. But we've got to be better from the start.
What did you see from Lamar Stevens, especially? I know he had that three, but his rebounding on both ends of the floor seemed to play a really big factor.
Yeah, when we have our conversation with guys and we talk to them about who we need them to be and how they play to their strengths, that impacts this team in the most positive way. Lamar is a dog, and he's willing to scrap. He's willing to fight. He's not afraid of the moment. He hit the big three, then he drives down the lane, with the physical finish. And then every time we needed an extra possession, he went and got it. And, he made the right play after he got it. So I can't say enough about how proud I am of him, and how deserving he is of, a ton of credit for us winning this game tonight.
Ashley Bassett, Cleveland.com, J.B., that dunk from Donovan when they pulled you guys to within one, like a play like that, what it can do to kind of galvanize the guys out there.
Yeah, it gives you belief and gives you hope. Things weren't going our way all night, and it was until really in that fourth quarter, where things started to shift a little bit. And, give our guys credit because it's who they are, but they continued to do it together. One guy's play energized everybody else, and that's the meaning of team.
I'm thinking about the way we talked about the first half on Saturday, very similar to the way we talked about the first half today. I guess, number one, the frustrations with that, but number two, where does this team, get that ability to kind of flip that switch and pull themselves out of it?
I don't know, but it drives me crazy, to be honest with you. It is. It's something we have to learn. You cannot afford down the stretch of this thing, playing against the caliber of teams we're playing against, what our hopes and aspirations are as a team. You can't have halves like that and expect to always be able to come back. We just weren't tough enough in that first half. And you could tell, obviously they were coming off a tough loss. You read, the things that they're talking about, how they needed to get it back right, and think about the experience that those guys have in as many games as they've won. So they came out with the intent, to go and win this game. But we have to match that to start and at least play on a level field. But tonight, again, give our guys credit. They found a way to fight uphill and come out with a win.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. J.B., at times this year and certainly tonight, from afar, it feels like Donovan just has the ability to will you guys to a victory. Is that something you as coaches and the rest of the team can feel?
Yeah, when it's happening and in that moment, you feel the shift. But again, what I respect most about this group is, they continue to help in those moments. You know what I mean? It's figure out, okay, he's got it going. What do we got to do to help him keep it going? And then his ability to still make the right play. It doesn't turn into about Donovan. It's about the play that needs to be made in that moment. And guys just, they go, and they go with him. And it's always about the group and it's always together.
And then on Evan, he had a great night statistically, was really good defensively. What, in your eyes, made him so successful tonight?
It's who he's becoming over and over again. His aggressiveness offensively, his ability to get to his spot, the touch that he has around the rim, and even the confidence to continue to take shots when he's open. But defensively, he just has the ability to do so much. Guard different positions, but, just protect his teammates in a way that you don't see, in young guys. It typically takes them time to get there. But Evan is far advanced, in how he protects his teammates.
What made things difficult for Jared?
I'm not sure. I'll go back and take a look at the tape. But, we'll take a look at it and see.
They're right, or 9-2 with the fan, J.B. In the second half, your starting backcourt at one point had 5 assists, and then Darius in that fourth quarter really started finding guys. Just you could touch on the impact that he had. The way he didn't light up the box score points-wise, but but just the way he really facilitates.
Yeah, this game and this team is all about trust, right? And sometimes trust comes from blind trust, right? No track record of, experience in big games, big moments, whatever it is. But, that's how teams become great teams, is because they have a blind trust for one another that they're just going to do what's right. And Darius in that quarter, just did what was right and believed that his teammates were going to make the right play after he trusted in them. And that's what this team, is continuing to work on, is that level of trust, because typically that trust comes from those shared experiences. But we don't have, those shared experiences yet. So now we have to blindly trust one another, and I think that was a sign of it.
In every game, you can do monologues on just how special Donovan is, but before the game, questionable, not sure what that left hand's going to give him, and he puts 40 up, basically playing with one hand tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's what I appreciate the most is it's just about winning, right? It's not about, numbers. It's not about himself. You know what I mean? It's just about how do I help this team win, and he's proven that he can go out and get it done.
Jeff Shadell, News Herald. JB, Celtics were 13 of 26 on threes at halftime and 3 of 22 in the second half. So what did you guys do differently on their three-point shots?
I thought we did a better job of actually just guarding them. That first half, we were back off of three-point shooters, and they just raised up in front of us and knocked it down. We didn't do a good job of guarding their penetration in the first half, so now we're in scramble mode, and they're ending up with wide-open shots. So I think just in the second half, we just did a better job of defending and guarding and taking individual challenges.
Chris
Manning from Dime. With Lamar, what is it about him that makes you say, hey, I can go to him at the start of the fourth, even though he hasn't played and he's coming in cold in a moment like that?
Lamar is extremely self-aware, right? And you have conversations with Lamar, and he knows exactly who he is and how he can help. He is mentally tough enough where, not playing for 3 quarters or playing, the 9 seconds before a break, that doesn't impact what he's going out there to do. He doesn't get in his feelings. He doesn't get in his own mind. He just wants to go out and help this team. So he knows he has to play at his best, and we trust him to do that.
Marissa News Chronicle Telegram. JB, I guess we all want to talk about Lamar tonight, but just building off of what Chris said, you talk about toughness. It just seems like you don't win that game without his impact in creating those extra possessions later.
Yeah, there's no way we win that game without Lamar. He set and changed the tone of, the physicality, the effort. Again, and I know I say this a lot, but I love in this team that they didn't want to disappoint him. He was giving it his full effort, and they weren't going to let his effort go wasted. So they figured out a way, where they raised their level and out-competed and went out and won the game.
Last one,
Evan Damar, right down equal with JB. I know Donovan's not 100%, but how impressed were you with just how hot his motor ran all night long?
It's one of those things, where, you just keep asking him during the game, do you need a blow? And he kept telling me, I'm good. So, I take him at his word, but certain people, have a depth that they can go to that others just can't find. And Donovan has that. He's got the ability to find gas, sometimes where there is no gas. And, again, driven to help this team win.
And what was Marcus? Was Marcus Smart just talking trash to you guys at the end of in the bedlam at the end of the game?
He was just talking about it was a foul. Nothing serious.
The foul at the end of the fourth quarter when he's at the free throw line. I guess what are you guys talking about in that situation?
Hope he misses. And then obviously we had a play drawn up. It was going to be 0.8 seconds on the clock. It was going to be extremely difficult. But, I thought our guys did a really good job of making him think about it. You watched the conversations, a little bit of the shifting and pausing in places. And I thought they did a really good job of just making him think a little bit more about it. And it worked out for us.